News on NBC.
In God We Trust could be seen on more places than just your money.
Plus, paying it forward. It all started with buying a book at the Columbia Target.
And you're taking a live look over downtown Columbia as we prepare for even more heavy rain tonight. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Here's what's happening right now. We have the possibility of severe weather, including flooding. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us. Take a look at this video from one of our reporters. KOMU 8's Melody Cox shot this video around 11 a.m. on top of the Hitt Street Garage. We all heard or felt that today. Now let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Ken Jawicki for more details on what we can expect with this rain, mainly flooding potential.
Yeah, Emily, exactly. And that video from this morning was just the first round. Now we have our secondary round that we were expecting for our afternoon into the evening. And I just want to remind you, we're in a storm mode 3 on a 0 to 5 scale for our storm mode index. And mainly our big threat is flooding. And we're already starting to see that across mid-Missouri. Now we do still have slight chances for some large hail and some strong winds, but a very low tornado threat here in mid-Missouri. I would be a little surprised to see that, but can't completely rule it out. You can see the biggest tornado threat is over southwestern Missouri, getting into northeastern Oklahoma as well, even down into Kansas. A tornado warning right now just west of Dallas for you. And if you look here at live.parade first alert radar, you can see where all this swath of heavy rain has been rolling through. Guess what, though? There is more over here. Kansas City and pretty much the entire swath of Kansas City down through the rest of the area down towards Oklahoma is under a flash flood warning, where they're dealing with a lot of flooding already going there, with curb-to-curb flooding on multiple streets in those places. Now, we do have a little bit of a break in some rainfall before we do have more rain rolling in, but that is going to continue as we head throughout the night. And you can see we don't even have much lightning except for south of I-70. That's where we have the best convection. And that's also why this is the chance where we could see over the next few hours that chance for some damaging winds and some large hail. Everywhere else, so to the north, we're not expecting severe weather besides the flooding threat, which we all have chances for that flooding threat because this heavy rain is going to continue into the late night hours. Tracking this plus more rain in the next 8 days coming up later.
Kenton, thank you very much. We have some breaking news and a picture here to show a fire on Columbia's south side. It happened in the 7200 block of Bracken Hill. A reporter's on the scene. Neighbors believe the fire started from a lightning strike that has not been confirmed. We'll have more details as they become available.
Moving on this evening, a House bill that could send your high schooler on a city bus to get to school has made another step toward becoming law. We've been following this bill all session. KOMU 8's Eric Graves joins us now in the studio with both the pros and the cons of the proposal. Eric.
Senate committee debated the bill today. It would allow high school students to take a city bus to school. Columbia School Board member and bill supporter Jonathan Sessions says the first concern has always been the safety of the students. City buses wouldn't have to have the same safety requirements as school buses. The drivers would have the same training. There would be a section in the bus just for students, and there would also be a monitor. A representative of a bus drivers union in Kansas City said the difference between school bus drivers and city bus drivers is school drivers care more.
We represent some drivers, which means we know them. We know how our kids are taken care of. We know how these drivers are trained. We know how they care. And
we're really just looking at seeing what options we may have in the heart of Columbia, the central city, how we might be able to work with the community and work with our city to strategically align some bus routes to really work within our attendance areas.
Sessions says this could cut costs spent on transportation, which would send more money back into the classroom. Ajee says a monitor would not be enough to make sure the kids are safe. In the studio, Eric Graves, KOMU 8 News.
Missouri lawmakers heard another controversial bill for public schools. It would make it mandatory for In God We Trust to be displayed in a prominent place in every school. KOMU 8 Sydney Kalich attended the hearing and heard from both sides about the U.S. motto.
This bill would require the motto be displayed in places like a cafeteria or a common area, places students are most likely to see it. And the bill is sparking heated debate over a 150-year-old phrase.
The words are on your money, Constitution, and the U.S.'s motto.
Its symbols keep our nation together, give us a focal point,
teaches us lessons.
But the 4 words, "In God We Trust," is stirring up deeper emotions.
The attempts to declare that this phrase, "In God We Trust," is religiously neutral is offensive.
Brian Kaler is a minister and opposes the bill that would make it mandatory for the phrase to be displayed in every public school. He worries the bill shows preference for one religion.
This effort could make some students in our public schools feel that because they don't trust in a monotheistic God, they are somehow not fully American, and that perhaps they are not even welcome in their own school.
Dornum disagrees, thinking it would unite the state.
If you're going to remain as a united people, you have to believe in something bigger than yourself.
The outrage over the bill is pushing some representatives to support the bill.
The hate mail that I got over this, it only tells me one thing. We're quite lost in the culture today.
And causing Kaler to think about how neutral one 150-year-old phrase can be.
And to conflate being American with being Christian is an attempt to water down and even attack the basic teachings of my faith.
This story is generating some heated debate on Facebook threads around the state. On our post, most people are speaking out against the bill. Andrew Crawford wrote, "Dear Representative Dean Dorman, I don't shove my religion down your throat. I'd appreciate the same courtesy." Tammy Hendricks Connor said, "Christianity forced into a government has never ended well, folks. Stop and think." But about a third of our commenters think the motto should be in schools. Agnes Lynn Rain said, "It belongs in our government and our life." If you want to weigh in, the link to our Facebook thread is in our story at KOMU.com. In the studio, Sydney Kalich, KOMU 8 News.
A Callaway County Elementary staff member is being charged with a felony offense of enticement of a child. Devontae Kyles was arrested yesterday when a student came forward accusing him of sending inappropriate texts. Kyles was taken to the Callaway County Jail. North Callaway School District says Kyles' employment with the district has been terminated and he's not allowed on school district property anymore. A statement from the Callaway Sheriff's Office said, quote, "School administration immediately contacted law enforcement and implemented measures to ensure the safety of the students." A woman finds an unexpected gift in a recent purchase at Target. Why she's calling for people to help her pay it forward.
And we had some this morning. We have more heavy downpours now, and it's going to continue late into our night. And we have more rain in the forecast for the next couple days, increasing our flood threat. That whole forecast in the next 8 days coming up.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
A lot can happen in a day. So when you're ready to know more than just what's happening, we'll bring you the voices who can tell you why.
This is All Things Considered.
Listen every afternoon.
There are many joys that go along with having children. The first smile, the first word, the first step. But sometimes the first step is seeing Dr. Wilshire at Missouri Fertility.
If you've been trying to have a baby without success, you might need a little help. Whether you need a simple procedure or advanced in vitro technology, our team wants to help you fulfill your dream of having a family.
Missouri Fertility. When family matters, we're here for you.
What changed while you were sleeping? What happened since the last time you ate breakfast? Our world is changing every minute, and we'll be there every morning to keep you on top of it.
You're listening to Morning Edition from NPR News.
Listen every weekday.
On the next wheel.
Your father was on the wheel.
Yeah, he was on it in the late 80s.
Wow.
He won a ton of money and a trip to Egypt.
That's it. See if winning big runs in the family.
Weeknights at 6:30 on KOMU 8. The live Doppler 8 First Alert Weather Team and Storm Mode Severe Weather Coverage keep you safe wherever you are. Download the KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app for storm notifications and live streaming. Go to KOMU.com and follow us on Facebook for weather coverage you can count on.
What do people think of when they see that R in Riley Toyota? All the relationships that were built by serving Mid-Missouri for over 2 decades. Regularly giving the right price and best deals. The way folks rely on them to be ready to service their Toyota cars and trucks with respect. Yes, that R stands for all the reasons why people return to RileyToyota.com.
The Riley Toyota family does it all.
Because nothing's stronger than family.
At Central Bank, buying a new home can be as easy as it is exciting.
That's because we make all of our lending decisions locally, so you're ready to make an offer faster. Whether it's a fixer-upper, new construction, or refinance, we guide you every step of the way. So when you find the perfect home, we're ready with the perfect loan. Visit any of our convenient locations today or apply online at centralbankmortgage.net. Central Bank. Strong roots. Endless possibilities.
Lazy Boy Comfort Studios, Mid-Missouri's largest selection. Palm Gardeners in Avaz and Columbia.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, visit lawmissouri.com.
Welcome back. Imagine starting a new book and you find an extra page at the end. That's what happened to a Columbia woman when she found $5 and a note in her book. KOMU8's Alex Arger talked to the woman who says the experience has started a ripple effect of paying it forward.
Ashley Jost tweeted her story after finding a note and cash at the end of a book. Right now, it has 268 retweets and more than 3,000 favorites. She said the response to the situation has been surprising, and she hopes it will keep people in the spirit of giving.
To the person who buys this book, I'm having a tough day. I thought maybe I could brighten someone else's with this little surprise.
Ashley Jost's new read came with an extra chapter.
So Sunday morning, I was getting groceries at Target. I was starting a challenge yesterday where, with a bunch of friends, where we read at least 10 pages of a book every single day for the next 75 days. I thought, okay, $17, I'll just grab this book.
She started reading after she got home, but she tossed the book aside when her dog started barking.
$5 fell out. And it took me a second where I'm like, wait, what just happened? One of the last pages, there was this note. It kind of felt surreal, right? Like, this is something that only happens to strangers on the internet, not something that happens to a random person in the middle of Missouri who just happens to decide in the heat of the moment to buy this book at Target.
She decided she wanted to share the message with others who might need it.
The engagement's an indicator that people just sort of need the pick-me-up. We need it all the time. We particularly need it heading into a new work week and a really busy time of year for everybody. And I hope that wherever she is, hopefully her day has improved, her chapter of life has improved, and I would definitely tell her thank you. Go buy a coffee, a donut, or a face mask. Practice some self-care today. Remember that you are loved. You are amazing. You are strong. Love, Lisa.
Jost says she thought all day after finding it about how to pay it forward, and she decided to maximize the gift. She's doing one act of random kindness every day this week, each worth $5. She said she now uses Lisa's note as a bookmark, and by the end of the week, there will be another book with a note in it at the store, this time from Jost. In the studio, Alex Arger, KOMU8 News.
We have more breaking news for you this evening. We've learned 2 are dead and 4 are injured after a shooting at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. A campus lockdown was issued earlier today after reports of the shooting, but emergency crews are just now reporting the deaths. We will continue to keep you updated on this breaking story, both online at KOMU.com and over the air tonight at 9 and 10. Kenton.
Here are the rainfall totals from the top of this hour so far for our day today. Just over an inch, getting close to an inch and a quarter here in Columbia. Almost an inch there in Avaz and in Versailles as well. An inch and a half plus in Marshall right now. Tracking more rain overnight and tomorrow coming up after the break.
For the first time ever, when you shop Furniture Row, you pay what we pay. That's right. For a limited time, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off a single item with purchases of $9.99 and up. That means you can save big on that perfect sofa, dining table, bed, or Denver Mattress brand mattress.
Our discount is your discount.
Plus, get 2 years no-interest financing. Furniture Row employee pricing. Available now for everyone.
2 Mid-Missouri locations. On the lot or anytime online. Joe Markins Ford. Browse our inventory. Get pre-approved. Receive an appraisal for your trade-in. Right now, get a 2019 Fusion or Escape loaded. Your choice, only $18,882. Or get $12,000 in total savings on the Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck. All the savings, all the selection, all in one place. All roads lead to Joe Markins Ford.
There's a special group of people who are on a mission to care for everyone in this region. Now, they can work anywhere, but they choose the University of Kansas health system because they know the caliber of their colleagues, thought leaders who share their knowledge worldwide, but working together to find the right diagnosis and solve the most complex problems is what gets them up early. Why would you go anywhere else?
The KOMU8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by State Tech. Download in the App Store or Google Play.
What do people think of when they see that R in Riley Chevrolet Buick GMC? All the relationships that were built by serving Mid-Missouri for over 80 years. Regularly giving the right price and best deals. The way folks rely on them to be ready to service their cars and trucks. With respect. Yes, that R stands for all the reasons why people return to Riley.
Treating our customers like family since 1936.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Tornadoes hit Oklahoma today. Take a look at this drone video from Sulphur Springs that's very close to Oklahoma City. The drone pilot is saying, I think I can get a little bit closer. I think I can get a little bit closer. And sure enough, the drone gets a little closer, and at some point, I think he says, I'm close enough. And this is what happens when a tornado hits water. See the lake there? The weight of the water goes up the vortice, and it basically just tears the tornado apart, and it dies. What do you think, Kenton?
While it was a weaker tornado going over the water, so that's why it died down. But tornadoes can cross water. Water doesn't necessarily kill all tornadoes. It can cross water and cross rivers and things like that. And we've seen tornadoes cross the Missouri River and keep going into Illinois before. But if we go ahead and look at this storm mode index, you can see on a scale from 0 to 5, we are in a 3. And that's mainly due to our flooding threat that we're already actually seeing come into action right now. Slight chance, though, also for some strong winds and large hail south of I-70 and a very low tornado threat. It'd be surprising, actually, if we saw one of those here in mid-Missouri, but can't completely rule it out. So if we look at our flooding, there's a lot of colors on here, but we are all under a flash flood watch, meaning it's a possibility. Then in this really bright green here over west of Highway 63, we do have a aerial flood warning, which means that that entire area has been seeing a lot of rain, inches already, and some roads are already starting to become covered. Now we do have flash flooding, which means that rain has fallen very quickly, and there's actually water covering roads curb to curb within Kansas City and the metro, going all the way down the rest of the state border, all the way down into Oklahoma, actually. A lot of flooding already going on, and then you can see some river flooding as well. A lot of this is because of this frontal system, actually all of this is, and it's because of a stationary front that has just stalled over southern Missouri at this point. It didn't get quite far enough north for us to see a lot of that severe weather, but they are certainly seeing that in southwestern Missouri. You can see tornadoes, and these are all reports of tornadoes that people saw. So tornadoes reported going all the way down into Texas. You can see a tornado warning north of Dallas right now as well. There are still tornado warnings down here in southern Missouri. Otherwise, we just have some heavier rainfall that's moving up for us, and this heavy rainfall is pushed out of Boone County for the most part. It's getting over now further towards Herman and down towards the lake still. We do have a bit of a break in this rain. That's good news, especially after the torrential downpours we've had for a while now at this point. But more rain is on the way, and it's going to continue late into our night, actually. Take a look at our lightning scope. You can see all of our lightning is south of Interstate 70. That's also a really good indicator, really confirming my thoughts that that is where our convection is at this point, which is why our best chance for any type of severe weather over the next couple hours, and it would only be in the next couple hours that we would see any large hail or damaging winds. It's a very slight threat of that, but that chance is south of I-70. Otherwise, just a flooding threat for all of us, including areas north of Interstate 70 at this point. So tracking this hour by hour, again, we do have a little bit of a break in the rain before more arrives later this evening, and it will continue late into the night, talking midnight, even after midnight. Here's 2 a.m. Still some light to moderate rainfall pushing through. Eventually it breaks apart, but still some showers by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then we'll still have a few showers by about midday, but by the afternoon, I do think we will have some dry time until we see a few more showers pop up potentially by the end of the afternoon. But overall, a much drier day tomorrow than we've seen today. And then on your Thursday, overall fairly dry until the middle to late afternoon. We have more showers that could push in from the south, and that will then give us another chance for rain there. So still multiple chances over the next couple days, but still not a huge issue. Again, Wednesday afternoon, we are looking fairly dry, and then as we head into our day on Thursday, changes around a little bit. Here is on Thursday afternoon, more showers starting to roll in, and that continues until we see a little bit of a break in that, and then we are going to have another very slight chance by Thursday afternoon for more showers and thunderstorms there. So again, multiple chances for rain over our next few days that could continue to add to the flood threat, but the most rain will fall really now and then in the next about 12 hours. And then we won't see more inches in 6 hours and things like that like we've already seen today. So for more accumulation, we're looking at another about 2 inches here for a lot of us in this purple area. We've got another 2 to 3 inches for some folks, and even more for areas in southern Missouri where that flooding threat will continue. Again, flash flood watches, those that are still in effect at this point until about 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. 62 for our low temperature tonight. Southwest winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. 74 tomorrow. Again, showers and thunderstorms, but it's going to be much drier than today, but we could still see some of those. We're at 69 on Thursday, 66 on Friday, 73 on Saturday with a mix of sun and clouds, 75 on Sunday with more rain for the end of the week and early next week. Here's your Weather IQ question for the day, sponsored by Break Time. Most flash flood deaths occur in a home, in cars, or while walking.
Turn around, don't drown.
Yeah.
It is in cars, and it's actually a pretty large number. About 75% happen in vehicles.
Doesn't take much water to lift your car up. Okay, thanks, Kenton. Sports is next.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call Tolbert Beetle on the Hurt Line right now.
Tonight, a death turns friends into enemies.
They're looking for someone to blame.
My work on Officer McNeil was solid.
The woman died on your table.
That's it. You were undermining my credibility.
This patient's death was preventable.
In Amsterdam, tonight after The Voice on NBC.
What you looking at?
Kelly Clarkson hosts the Billboard Music Awards Wednesday on NBC.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings. Trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Exclusively at Menards.
Tonight's primetime lineup on KOMU8 in Mid-Missouri CW is brought to you by your Heart of Missouri Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
Whoever this was, delicious.
Zombies are going hungry.
What's that?
The city will collapse.
That guy really doesn't like zombies.
We're gonna have so much fun wall-solving crime together.
iZombie, final season, Thursday, 8/7 Central on the CW.
The sun is shining, birds are chirping, and our Silverado and Sierra season just went from good to great. The all-new 2019 redesigned Chevy Silverado is hot, and you can get up to 25% below MSRP. The all-new GMC Sierra Denali truck with over $14,800 in total value savings at Bob McCoy. Find new roads to #1 business loop, Columbia. Chevrolet makes the truck, Bob McCoy makes the difference.
Hey folks, Jerry and Alec, Continental Siding. It's time for a good spring cleaning. We've got siding too short to be seamless, but too long to be recycled. So we're having a seams on the back of the house sale.
If we can use our shorter pieces of siding on the back of your home to make a few seams, we'll make the front and 2 sides totally seamless. It's almost like getting the back done free.
This won't last long, so
click
or call now.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Hi everyone. Today's storms forced postponements across the state. Good news for the Cardinals. They're out of town and out of the state in Washington, D.C. for the second game against the Nationals. They won the opener of their series last night for their 3rd consecutive victory and 8th in the last 10. This one is just underway in our nation's capital. Redbird manager Mike Schill looking to get his team In the win column again, Anibal Sanchez, the veteran on the mound for Washington, very good in the first inning, strikes out Paul Goldschmidt. And the next batter, also a Paul in the Cards lineup, Paul DeYoung, the shortstop, lifts one into the outfield, but it's caught for the out. Meanwhile, Adam Wainwright retired the Nationals in order in the first. They're in the second, scoreless right now, Cards and Nationals. Royals game over in Kansas City has been postponed. The Royals and Tampa Bay Rays will play a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. The first game set to start at 12:15 at Kauffman Stadium. The Mizzou baseball team and softball team both heading into the stretch for their seasons. The baseball Tigers hot at the right time. They've won 4 in a row and look to complete a perfect 5-0 homestand tomorrow afternoon when they host Southeast Missouri State. The Tigers are 20-3 at home. They play the Red Hawks tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Then it's a pair of SEC road series at Tennessee for the Vols this weekend. Then at third-ranked Vanderbilt next weekend. Mizzou will then finish its season home against the Florida Gators. Softball team home tomorrow against UMKC. That is a scheduled 6 o'clock start. That's sports.
If you are facing a divorce, your case can be personal and sensitive in nature.
The family law team at Carson & Coyle knows the importance of good communication, and we care about our clients.
Whether securing significant assets or protecting your children's best interests, our attorneys handle all aspects of family law.
Our expertise can help settle your case or take it to trial.
For over 50 years, we have built our reputation here in mid-Missouri with offices in Jefferson City and Columbia to better serve you. At Carson & Coyle, we are dedicated to protecting your legal rights.
Cost Cutters is here to help you look your best. Whatever hair you got, whatever hair you want. Experienced stylists you can trust for a price you can't beat. Style your way. Cost Cutters, love your cut.
Sometimes the best memories require getting a little messy. And frankly, that's where the fun begins. At Slumberland, we've got the styles for all your memories with our low price guarantee. Plus, right now, during our spring savings sale, get up to 65% off throughout the store on your favorite things. Get a little messy and always go for the memories. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Let's see who's calling.
Hello?
We sold our house.
All right.
You deserve a real estate agent committed to getting you the maximum sale price with minimum time on the market while delivering unmatched customer service. For this, there is only one, Columbia Real Estate.
At Big O Tires, we are proud to honor those who have served our country, because for all the sacrifices our service members and their families make every day, they deserve our support. Now through May 31st, stop into Big O Tires and receive $10 off an alignment, and we'll donate $5 in your name to Operation Homefront, a nonprofit that serves America's military families right here at home. So come by today for great savings on a tire alignment and help us give back to the heroes that sacrifice so much for our freedom. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Medical marijuana. Who's lobbying at the Capitol for and against progress? Tonight on KOMU 8 News at 10.
Here's a quick update on the house fire on Columbia's south side.
Yeah, take a look at this video here from the Columbia Fire Department. Neighbors are saying a lightning strike hit a home on the 7200 block of Bracken Hill Court. That's on Columbia's south side. They believe that caused the fire, but no one was hurt. You can see all that smoke, though. We'll have another update on this story on KOMU 8 News at 9 and 10. Kenton.
Another look at Live Operate First Alert radar. You can see the heavy rain continuing to push through at least eastern Missouri, but we have more heavy rain over now getting out of Kansas into Missouri that is also heading our direction. So you're going to hear more heavy rain on your roof. I can guarantee you that, and that's why our flood threat will continue. But remember, the threat for severe weather is mainly going to be south of Interstate 70, and really it's just going to be a wind chance. We could have some damaging winds a little bit later on this evening. Otherwise, a flood risk for all of us throughout the night and tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning.
We're going to get a couple more days of showers, aren't we?
Yes, exactly. The bulk of it is tonight and tomorrow morning, but we'll have some passing showers still the next couple of days.
That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Updates at 9 and 10.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.